Hello students, welcome to the next lecture on the numerical analysis. Today we will discuss the most interesting lecture named as Gauss elimination method. We will discuss with the partial pivoting and without the partial pivoting here. Myself Dr. Harish Kar, working in the School of Mathematics Thapar Institute. You can simply follow my YouTube channel where you can see the various lectures on the numerical methods and its MATLAB code. So what is that objective of this today's lecture? Our lecture is how you can solve the system of the linear equation like of this. So once you can see this example, you are very happy. Why? Because you all know how you can solve this system in your lower classes, either by using the Cramer rule or by using the matrix method as A inverse B. But remember, when you are talking about this method, then there is a need of finding the A inverse. So because this size is my 3 cross 3, this is my A, fine, this is my 3 cross 3. If my matrix size is 4 cross 4, 5 cross 5, 7 cross 7 or many more, then it is difficult for some time to compute the value of the A inverse. Moreover, if the size of the matrix is my 3 cross 5, 4 cross 3, that means that there are the 3 equations, 5 variable. There are the 4 equations, 3 variable. Then how you can find the inverse of this matrix? Then these two methods will fail to solve such matrices because the matrix is not square matrix. So how you can solve this method? So for finding the solution of such system of the equation Ax is equal to B, there are the two categories are there. One is the direct and second is indirect. The method which are associated with the directs are Gauss elimination, Gauss-Jordan, Carrot, Cholesky and so on, and many more are there. Fine. So today we will discuss about this Gauss elimination method. What is the objective of this Gauss elimination method? We will learn how you can solve the system Ax is equal to B by using the Gauss elimination method. The process is very simple. So before we move on the Gauss elimination, you must know the definition of the argumentric matrix. The matrix which is written like of this A, whatever you have this A, B you have written on the right hand side. For example here, so you know this is my B, fine, and the coefficient matrix is my A. So then we can define the argumentric matrix is here. This is my A. This dotted line is used for the separation. This is my B. So this matrix is called as the argumentric matrix. So whenever you try to solve the problem with the help of Gauss elimination, our first step is to write the matrix into the argumentric matrix. Then the purpose of Gauss elimination is once you can find the argumentric matrix, our process is you can transform this matrix into the another U and the B dash, where U is called as the upper triangular matrix and B is called as the column matrix. For example, if you have this matrix in journal, if you have this matrix, then your purpose is to convert into the upper triangular matrix. What are the elementary row operation? You can use like of this R2 minus 3R1. You can use like of this R3 minus 1 by 4 R2 and so on. These are called as the elementary row operation. Remember, always use only row operation, not for the columns. Once you are using the row operations, but make sure none of the diagonal entries is my 0. If the diagonal entries are my 0, then this Gauss elimination method will fail. How we can handle that failure, that will also cover in this lecture. But till now, once you are converted into the upper triangular form, then by using the back substitution we can get the solution. So that's a very simple. This is my step 1. You can write in the argumentric matrix, convert into the upper triangular form, and then you can find the back substitution method. A very simple example for you. Find the system of the equation by using the Gauss elimination method. So firstly, you have to write the argumentric matrix. The first value is 2, 4, minus 6 and right side is minus 4, 1, 5, 3 and so on. Then your target is to convert, what is your target is? Your target is whatever the diagonal entries are here, your purpose is to make this value as a 0, this value as a 0, this value as a 0. So how you can make them? That's very simple. I will tell you the several shortcut tricks also. So you just listen very carefully without writing on the copy. Just remember this trick. You can firstly write the first row. Fine. This is a very simple method, and you can write it as a 0. How you can write that? There are the two methods. The first method is how you can make this value as a 0. So that's very simple. I can divide this R1 by 2 and subtract them. It will be 0. Second way is, if I R3, how you can make this as a 0? I can divide it by R1 by 2 and subtract them. Then it will be my 0. And then you can compute this value as, like, if I divide it by 2 and subtract them, it will be 3. It is 3 minus 6 by 2. So it's a 6. This value will be 10 minus, if I this divided by 2, so it will be my 12. Similarly, how I write this value? 3 minus, I divided by this value as a 2, so it is 4 by 2, so it is my 1. Similarly, for the next value, it is my minus 6 over 2, it's a 5. And the last value is 5 minus divided by 2, it is my 7. Now you can see, if you are using this method, there are so many calculations you needed. Fine. But I will tell you the one simplest way, that is what is the shortcut tricks for you. You can simply write this. Forget about this one. Forget about this one. Okay. You must write this, but how you can see? Very simple. You write just first element as a circle. Fine. If I want to find this value, what is the previous value of this? Previous value is my here. So you can write this value. This is my 2. Previous value is my 5. Now you have to find this two other values so that the box will be completed, like of this. Fine. So I can write this value as here. Fine. Now you can find the determinant of this matrix, but make sure you have to start from, like, if you know A, B, C, D, how you find the determinant? This is AD minus BC. Fine. But if I write you as A, B, C, D and box will be here, like of this, then you have to start from here, that is CB minus AD. Fine. Now for this case, it will be box 10 minus 4, it will be 6, divided by the box element. What is the box element? Is 2. So the answer is my, here is 3. Fine. Look at the another value. There is no need to apply the operation. Look at this value. One element we needed as a box element, that is here. What is the previous value of this? 10. Not be used as a box. This is my 10. What are the other two values? Minus 4 and 1, so that it will be completing box. So here will be 2 is my box, minus 4, 10, 1. Can you find the determinant of this? Start from this box element. So 20 plus 4, it will be 24 divided by the box element. It is my 12. Fine. Now you can find this another value here. Previous value is my this. Box element is my 2. Other values are my minus 6 and 1. So what is that? It's a 4 plus 6 divided by box element. So 10 divided by 6 is a 5. Now you can find this value. Previous value is 3. Box element is my 2. Other two values are minus 6 and 3. So this is my 6 plus 6 divided by 2. 12 divided by 2, 6. Look at this value. 5, 2, minus 4, 1. So it's a 10 plus 4. 14 divided by box is 7. Similarly, you can find this value. 3, 1, 6. So 6 minus 4. It's a 2 divided by 2 is my 1. So you can see completed this value. Now we can apply this shortcut tricks everywhere. Now next one is, you can write this box element. Fine. You can write the first column value. You can write this value 4 minus 6. You can write the second row here. Now since I need to value this as a 0, so I need to calculate this value. What is the previous value? 5. What are the other two elements? 6 and 1. So what is the answer is 15 minus 6 divided by box element. So it's a 9 over 3. It is my 3. What is the value of this? Previous value is my 7. One box element, other two elements are here. So this is 21 minus 12 divided by box element. It is again 9 by 3. It is my 3. Fine. So you must You calculate this value by using the shortcut tricks, but you have to write this value as well. How you can make this value as a 0? That's a simple R3 minus whatever you have written in the below, you can write above. Whatever you have written here, you can write as a below. That's a, you can find the ratio of this in the reciprocal mode. It is R2. Fine. So you can see 0, 3, 3. You can find this value as 3, this value as a 3. Now you can make this element as a 0, and the below is none of the elements is here. So it means this is my upper triangular form. Then you can write in the back substitution method. You can start from here. This is my x, y, z. This is x, this is y, z. 2x, 4y minus 6z is equal to minus 4. 3y, 6z is equal to 12. And 3z is equal to 3. From here you can find the value of z is 1. From here I can substitute the value of the z. So it will be my 2. I can substitute the value of the y and z here. You can find the value of x. So therefore my solution will be here. Now we will try to solve all those remaining examples with the help of this shortcut trick, so that you can understand it well. Now again you have to apply the Gauss elimination. You can write in this argumentative matrix, write the first element as my box, then you can write the first row as such: 2, 6, 1 and 7. Okay, and the first column as my 0, 0. Then this is my box element. This value, previous value is my 2, so it will be 4 minus 6 divided by box element, so it will be minus 1. Look at this value, previous value is 7, box element, other values are 6 and 5. So what is the answer is a 14 minus 30 divided by box element. So it's a minus 16 divided by is minus 8. Look at this value. Look at the box element. This other two values are 1 and 1. So minus 2 minus 1 divided by 2, minus 3 over 2. Look at this next one, minus 4, 2, 5 and 1. Start from the box element. Minus 8, minus 5, minus 8, minus 5, minus 13 divided by box element. Look at this value. Previous value is minus 1, 2, 1 and 7. It is minus 2 minus 7. It's a minus 9 divided by box element is minus 9 over 2. Look at this last value is a 9, 2, 7 and 5. 18 minus 35 divided by box element. It's a minus 17 by 2. How you write the operation? Because you make the 0 as R2 and R3. That's a very simple. You can start with here. Fine. So what is the process is? I can clear this screen for you. Now minus minus. For the R2, that is the ratio of this in the opposite sign. That is the opposite ratio 1 by 2. Ratio of the R1 and R3, that is 5 over 2. So because the box element is my R1, so you have to written here as a R1. Dear student, make sure the last value must be the same. If it is R1, then it must be R1. Fine. Now you can see, we can compute here. Then you can write this as my box element. Then what you can do, you can write the first row as such. You can write the first row as such. You can write the second row as such. You can write the second row as such. And you can write this 0 and below 1 is a 0. So it means you need to only find the two values. You can write here. So this is my box element. Now what is the previous value is? Here, start from this box element. It is 13 by 2. What is that? It is minus minus plus is a minus 24 by 2 divided by the box element is minus 1. It is, what is that? It's a minus 11 over 2 divided by box element. It is 11 divided by 2. The last value is this value, minus 1, minus 9 by 2 and minus 8. So it is plus 17 by 2. Start from this box element. Minus minus plus and minus 78 divided by box element. So it will be divided by minus of 2. It will be my 555 minus. So you can see the answer is 55 divided by 2. Fine. Now the next one is a third diagonal entries. It is and below there is a none of the elements. So then we can apply the back substitution method. 11 by 2 because this is my x3, this is my x2, this is my x1. 11 by 2 x3 is my here, minus 1 x2, minus 3 by 2 x3, and here. So from this you can find the value of x3 is my 5. I can substitute this value here. We can find the value of the x2. I can substitute x1, x2 and x3 in here. You will get this is the required answer. Look at one more example. Now you can see it is my 4 cross 4. You can write the agometric matrix here. Then you can write the first value diagonal entries here. Rest column values are 0 and here. Now can you find it quickly? Previous value is my 4. 4 minus 4 divided by box element 0. Look at the below value. Minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 divided by box element 1. Last value 1 1. So 1 minus 2 minus 1 divided by box element is 1. Look at the next value. This value 1 4 and 1. So it is 1 minus 4 divided by 1 minus 3. Look at the next value. 1 minus 1 1 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 2. Next value 2 minus 2 0 divided by box element. Look at the below value of this. Previous value is 1 1 plus 4 5 divided by 1. 2 plus 1 3. This value minus 2 plus 2 0. Look at this value 11 minus 8 3. Next value is 0 0 minus 2. Remember, always start from the box element. This value, this value, this value. So 2 minus 4 is my minus 2. So you have to make R2 R3 and R4 as a 0. So you can write the operation as R2 R3 R4 minus minus minus. What is the opposite of this? R1 and R2 is 4 over 1. What is the opposite of this? 1 over 1. Opposite of this 2 over 1. And since the diagonal entries is my R1 R1 R. Otherwise you can use these operations. You can use this operation like R2 minus 4 R1 0, 4 minus 4 0, 1 minus 4 minus 3, and so on. You can complete this value. The next element is you can take the diagonal entries. Now this is a 0. It means the Gauss elimination method failed. Once the Gauss elimination method failed, then how you can proceed? For that we need the pivoting process. This method is applicable only when the Gauss elimination method failed. Remember, the Gauss elimination method failed either Aij is my exactly 0 or they are approximately 0. So this method will be applicable only when the diagonal entries are exactly 0 or near to the 0. Then we are using the code as pivoting process. This pivoting is divided into the two categories. One is the partial and second is the complete. For example, here you can see the first diagonal entries is almost 0. Then the Gauss elimination method will fail to solve the problem. Then what you can do in the partial pivoting, look at the box element and look at all those elements in the particular column. Find the value which is maximum in the magnitude. Find the value in the maximum in the magnitude. Look at that. If I take this is my value, first diagonal, look at this another value like of this. Look at this value minus 3, 4, 7. Look at all those values in this respective column. Find the maximum value in the magnitude. So this is my magnitude maximum. Then I can interchange the row position of this. You can see because this is my here. I can interchange the row position of it. On the other hand, what is a complete pivoting is? We look about the diagonals. Instead of only column, you can see this is only for the column. You can see it's only, we have to look only for the column. In the complete pivoting, we look for the row, we look for the column. Like in this case, you can see this value will be my maximum in magnitude. Fine, maximum in the magnitude. Then we can interchange the third column with the first column like of this. You can see I have changed the first column and then you can process again similar as of this of the others. For example, again come back to this, because the Gauss elimination method failed. Look at the maximum value among these below elements are there. What is the maximum value in the magnitude? That is my -2. So I can interchange the second and the third row complete. You can see I can interchange. Then the rest of process is similar. I can make this box element. Fine. I can preserve the first row, second row, and here. What is the value of this? I can make this as a box element. Now here it is +6 -0 divided by box element. It is my -3. Look at this below value. 0 minus of 2 divided by box element -2 is a +1. Look at this value. The previous value is my 5. So it's a minus of 10. 0 minus 10 divided by 5 is my 5. Look at this value. 0 plus 3 divided by -2, this value here. Similarly, you can compute this value, you will get this expression. How you write this value? Again, because my pivot value is here, this is already 0, there is no need to write. Otherwise, if you want to write, this is R3 minus, what is the ratio opposite is? 0 over -2, that's a 0R2. And here is -1 over -2, that is 1 over 2. Because the box element in the second row, that's why it's a R2. Now you can make this value as a box element, because this is a non-zero, so we can make like of this. Because you can see I make them as a 0. I can write the first row as such, second row as such, third row as such, and I can find this new value. For example, how you can find these two values? You can see the box element is here, this value. So it is +9 over 2 minus 5 divided by box element is my -3. So it is my 10 minus half divided by -3. It is 1 over 6. How you find this? Now previous value is this, box element for making this and this. So +3 -3 divided by box element is my 0. Now because this is the last element is here, there is no element below, you can write in this x1 x2 here. So from this you can find x4 as a 0. From this I can substitute the value of x4 here, x3 is -1, and we can back substitution, we can get as the required solution. Look at this one. So solve this system. Clearly say this is Ax is equal to B. If you solve this system either by the Cramer rule or by the matrix method, you will get the exact root as here. Now solve this system by the partial pivoting and without the partial pivoting. Let's see. Now you can see the argumentative matrix here. This first value, which is approximately 0, fine, it means we need to do partial pivoting. But if we are trying to solve without the partial pivoting, then what will happen? You have to write this system. The first value you can write as such, this value you can write as such, and 0 0 3 here. You can make this as a 0. How you make this value? This minus this divided by box element. Similarly for here, this value you can make this 4 here. How you make this value? R2 minus, what is the value of this is? 0.5 divided by 0 0 0 3 1 2 of R1. So this is the value, you can write it as here. Fine. So once you can do the calculation, you will get this answer. Why 1602.56? If you calculate them, the answer will be my here 0.56. Fine. So once you can do like here. Now since the second diagonal entries is here but the below element is not there, so you can use the back substitution. You can write in terms of x1 and x2. From here you can find the value of the x2. I can substitute the value of the x2 here, you can get the x1. So clearly say which is very far away from the exact root. Then what will happen? Because there is an actual need of the partial pivoting, the largest value in the column is only 0.5, so I can interchange R1 and R2, which is here. Because this is there, I can interchange them. Now this is my box element. Then I can preserve the first row, 8942.9471. This value must be 0. I can find this value by using this determinant rule, or you can apply this as R2 minus, what is that? This is 0.00312 divided by 0.5 of R1. Fine. I need to write this value as here. Fine. So after the calculation you will get this as the expression. Now again, because this is the argumentative matrix, you have to write this in terms of here. Then you can write the back substitution, and from here you can get the x2 and x1, which is similar of this. So this clearly shows the impact of the pivoting is must necessary. So whenever any of the diagonal entry is approximately 0 or exactly 0, then you have to apply the partial pivoting always. Look at one more example. Solve this equation with the help of partial pivoting. Now it is given that you have to solve this question by the partial pivoting. So firstly write the argumentative matrix here. So now what is a partial pivoting? The first diagonal entries, look at the column. What is the largest value? Largest value is my 4, that is appearing in the second row. So I can interchange R1 and R2. Fine. Although this diagonal value is not equal to 0 or not approximately 0, but the questions ask you apply the partial pivoting. Fine. Now once you are here, then we can apply the similar rule. We can preserve, we can write this as a diagonal box element. I can write this value here, this make to be a 0. Now what is the value of this? It is 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4 divided by the box element, so it is my 1. So firstly I can write here. Fine. So this is my box element. So now you can write this value. What is that? This is my 1. Can you find this value? Previous value is 1, 4, 2 and 1. Start from the box element. It is 4 minus 2 divided by box element. It is my 1 by 2. Find this value. 4 minus 6. 4 minus 6 divided by box element. It is minus half. This value, this value, this value. 4 minus 3, 1 divided by box element. This value. Previous value is my 1. 4 minus 4, 0. Next value 12 minus 2 divided by 4 is a 10 by 4 here. How I write this value? You can see from here. I need the R2 and R3. I can make them R2 and R3 minus. What is the ratio opposite of this? 2 by 4, that is 1 by 2. Box element is in the R1. What is the ratio of the R1 and R3? 1 over 4 R1. Fine. Either you can use these operations to fill this box, or either you can apply my shortcut tricks so that your error will be less. Now once you can complete this, then again apply the partial pivoting method. So apply this box element. Look at the, always look below the diagonal entries, not for the above. Look at the below diagonal entries. The largest element is still itself 1. So we can make this value. First row I can preserve 2, 3, 2. Second row I can preserve because my diagonal entry is my half or 1. This value 0, this value 0. Now we need to compute only these two values. What is that? 1 by 4. Okay. Minus plus 1 by 4 divided by box element. So this is my half. Next value is my here for calculating this. It is my 5 by 2 minus 0. It is my 5 by 2. So what will be the operation is? How you can write this operation is R3 minus, because the diagonal entry is R2. So what is the opposite ratio of this? Half over 1. So this is my half, diagonal entries is R2. So either you can write as a R2 minus half R2, or you can apply this as a diagonal entries. Now since this is my box element, none of them is here, we can apply the back substitution method, because this is in the terms of x1, x2, x3. So this is x1, this is x2, this is x3. 4x1, 2x2, 3x3 is equal to 2. x2 minus half x3 is equal to 0, and so on. So from here you can find x3 is my 5. You can substitute here. You can find x2 is my 5 by 2. I can substitute this value. You can find the value of x1 as here. So this is the way you can solve this Gauss elimination method with the help of partial pivoting. Make sure you have to apply this shortcut trick approach so that you can solve this question within a 5 minutes without wasting these operations are here. We will see the next lecture with the help of the 12 new examples so that you can understand this Gauss elimination method and the shortcut tricks in an easy way. Till then, you can simply like, share and subscribe my channel. You can share with your friends. Best of luck students. Happy learning always.